Hello, good evening. Can you hear me? Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Okay, so as usual, we'll wait for some more minutes. Only 7 students are here. Yeah, no, only 6 students are. Now it is 7, yeah. Okay, we'll start. Hi, okay, so I hope you haven't forgotten the subject. We are with the subject teaching English as a second language. Okay, so this is our topic for today. Just get an idea. Okay, the topic is the topic is materials development and resources. Okay, so we are with the subject second language teaching or else English language teaching. So therefore, as a teacher teaching the second language, she should have a very good understanding about how to develop materials and how to use materials for teaching. Okay, that is what we are going to study under this topic. Is it clear to you? Yes or no? And Yeah, you have to respond, okay? Because the previous batch, it was very live actually, because most of them are talking. So online platform can be made very interesting when you respond only. Otherwise, I can continuously explain the things just like news bulletin. And I don't feel that it's the correct way. So there should be a type of communication between us. Okay, we'll see. Uh, under this main topic, there are 4 subtopics. Yeah, just get an idea about it. Okay, under the main theme, main topic, materials development and resources, we are having 4 subtopics. You just get an idea about this. Okay. So here are the subtopics. Selecting and adapting authentic materials. Okay, so you have to get a very clear idea about how to select and adapt authentic materials. Then developing and using supplementary materials. Okay, so then utilizing technology in the ESL classroom, English as a second language. Finally, you should get a very good idea about finding and evaluating online resources for ESL teaching. Now, we are going to understand these subtopics one by one. Okay. First, get a general overview of the main topic. What is materials development and resources? What does it mean? You just read. Once you finish reading, tell me. Okay, you finished reading, it seems. Yeah. Okay, done. We'll understand this. What is materials, development, and resources? So, in the process of teaching, so this term, materials, development, and resources, it refers to the process. It is a process actually. Material development is a process. It's a process of creating, selecting, adapting. Adapting means doing necessary changes. Adapting and utilizing various tools and content to facilitate effective learning. Okay, so that is the meaning of material development and resources. That is to create, select, adapt, and utilize various tools and content to facilitate effective learning. And teachers are very particular about materials development and resources, because when they do that, effective learning can be achieved very easily. So then for the term materials and resources, we can include everything that teachers and students use in the classroom or for independent study to achieve learning objectives. Okay, these materials and resources are used to achieve learning objectives. And these materials maybe teachers are using in the classroom with the students, or maybe students are using them independently to achieve learning objectives. Okay, just check whether you got the idea. Material development is a process, and under that we have to pay our attention to creating, selecting, adapting, and utilizing material. And this process is very important for effective learning. Okay, under this, under materials and resources comes the everything that teachers and students use in the classroom or for independent study. Is that clear to you?
Yes, madam.
So then we'll understand it further. Think of it as the stuff that makes learning happen. This stuff can be tangible. What is the meaning of tangible? It should be something that we can touch. Okay, tangible like textbooks and worksheets. Okay, so these resources, the materials, they can be either tangible. Tangible means we can touch them, we can see them, just like textbooks and worksheets, or digital. Digital materials and resources are there, like online videos and interactive exercises, or else it can be even real world object used in lesson like map or plant. Okay, so there are three types of materials and resources: tangible, digital, and real. Okay, so if you are, when you are writing short notes, or if you have a note, you can just write it down. Okay, we'll go to the next. Okay, now here can you see we said under material development and resources, we have to talk about creating, selecting, adapting, and utilizing. Okay, now we'll understand this. And okay, we'll see. I don't know. I can't remember. Didn't we complete classroom management? You just tell me. Okay. What's your opinion?
Madam, we did up to summative assessment.
Summative assessment. Okay, shall we complete this and go to that? Is it okay? Because now
Okay, madam.
already we have started this.
Madam, we didn't receive the PDF.
Really?
Yes, madam. It's not uploaded to the LMS.
Okay, I'll check it. Because
Okay, madam.
okay. Let me check it. I have shared it. Okay. Here we'll see selecting and adapting authentic materials. You know what authentic materials? They are real things. Authentic materials are real world text, not specifically designed for language learners. So then, really, or else authentic materials, they are real things. Otherwise, they are not the things made for teaching. Okay, get the idea into your mind. So they are already, but they are not meant for language teaching. But we can use. They can be incredibly engaging and expose students to genuine language use. Okay, when we use authentic materials, when we teach a second language, so then the learners can get an idea about genuine language use. However, they often need adaptation to be suitable for different proficiency level. So whatever it is, we can use them, but we can't use them directly. We have to use them after adapting. Okay, here you can see some examples for authentic materials, news articles, song lyrics, movie clips, recipes, brochures, menus, social media posts, podcast, interviews. So there are many more things coming under authentic material. If I give you an example, sometimes the teacher cannot teach a whole novel. So there can be certain chapters from the novel. Okay, maybe epilogue. Epilogue means the last chapter, or maybe the beginning, or whatever it is. But the authentic one is the whole novel. But for the purpose of teaching, we are taking some adapted one. That means not the whole book. Okay, so even news articles are there, but we are taking a part of it. Did you get an idea? Authentic materials cannot be used as it is. They need to be adjusted and used for teaching. We'll see. When you select authentic material, see what you need to consider. Okay, selecting. So when you select authentic material, you have to think about students' level, interest, and the learning objectives. Accordingly, only you have to select the authentic material. You have to think about students' level, interest, and learning objectives. So then, for an example, a very complex academic article, so might be very tough for beginners. So instead, you can use a simple travel brochure, and that will be ideal. Okay, so according to the knowledge level of the students, you have to take the authentic material. Okay, a catchy song can be great for practicing pronunciation. Okay, so then if you need to improve pronunciation of your students, you can have a very catchy song, very easily singing, easily catching song. While a news clip could spark a discussion on current events for more advanced learners. So if you are teaching to adult students, so you, instead of a catchy song, you can use a news video clip or else news clip. And using that news clip, you can make your students discuss about it. Okay, from all these things, what you need to know is you can't select materials according to your wishes. There are certain things that you should consider. For an example, the students' age level, the knowledge level, interest, the learning objectives, like that. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Adapting. Okay, we'll see adapting. Adaptation does not mean simplifying the text. Okay, so normally the meaning of adapt is that actually. So then adapted version means the whole thing is simplified. That meaning is also there. But here, the meaning of adapting is not limited to that. So here are some adaptation techniques. So this is how you can adapt an authentic material. Authentic material, yes. Simplifying vocabulary. Okay, so if you feel the vocabulary, the words in the authentic book, in the original material, that is very complex for your students, you can replace these complex words with simpler synonyms, or you can provide glossaries. Okay, instead of ubiquitous, you can use common. Both are same. Okay, ubiquitous, that may be a very tough word for your student, but instead, and that is not very common also, so you can use that. Instead of that, you can say common. That is a kind of adapting. And then shortening the text. Okay, so if there are very lengthy articles or any other focus, so you can just remove them and you can make the stuff shorter. That is also a kind of adapting. And then adding visuals. Sometimes in the original one, the visuals, images, diagram, charts, they may not be there. Okay, but you can include them if you need for easy understanding. Adapting. Okay, we'll say you took a newspaper article about economic growth of the country, but there's no diagrams, charts, images. But if you need, you can have one. Adapt. You see, here are also some ways of adapting. You just see. Okay, we'll see. Create. Did you read it? Creating comprehension questions. Okay, so comprehension questions means asking questions which are helpful for understanding the stuff. So there are different types of questions: literal questions, inferential questions, evaluative questions. Okay, so those variety of questions can be asked. And then modifying the task. Okay, so normally the teachers, they will ask students to write a full summary of the news article. Okay, but that is very traditional. So you can modify the task, just like asking students to identify the main ideas or discuss their opinion on a related issue. So that's a practical one. And then breaking down the text, that is another way. Dividing a long text into smaller chunks and working on each chunk separately. Okay, the teacher will take the newspaper article and then she will put it into different chunks, and the groups are formed, and each group is given different parts. See the example. Okay, we'll understand. See the example. Okay, see, imagine the teacher is using chocolate chip cookies recipe. Okay, maybe just imagine the teacher is or just explaining process, or else maybe a home science teacher or something like that. Original text. So in the original text, it is mentioned like this: authentic material. Cream together the butter and sugar until light and fluffy. In a separate bowl, whisk together the dry ingredients. Okay, maybe that language is bit tough for the students. So see how teacher can adapt it. Mix the butter and sugar. Make sure it is light and fluffy. In another bowl, mix the flour, baking soda and salt. Simplified vocabulary, shorter sentences. You could also add pictures of each step. Okay, so the original material, it was adjusted for easier understanding. So now we talk about selecting and adapting. And the number one was selecting and adapting authentic material. Okay, second, developing and using supplementary material. See what it is. Okay, developing and using supplementary material. So earlier we were talking about authentic material. So what are supplementary material? Okay, so authentic materials are not created by somebody for teaching, but supplementary materials, they are created maybe by teacher for the purpose of teaching. Okay, supplementary materials are teachers created or commercially available resources that support the use of authentic materials or address specific learning needs. Okay, they are also useful. See the example: worksheets, handouts, flashcards, games, puzzles, graphic organizers, role play cards. All these things are supplementary material because originally they were not there. They were made, created by the teacher most probably. Read this. Okay, so developing supplementary material. Focus on clear instructions, engaging activities, and this is how you can develop them. You have to focus on clear instructions, engaging activities, and relevant content. Okay, so when you select supplementary material, clear instruction should be given. You should engage students in activities, and the supplementary material should be relevant. Okay, so then you have to consider the learning styles of the learner. All are not having the same learning style. Okay, so then when we are using supplementary materials, that is with different purposes. You see, to practice. Worksheets can provide, yes. So we use supplementary materials like worksheet for practicing. Okay, so grammar, vocabulary, speak specific skills. Okay, to practice them, we can use a supplementary material like worksheets. And then reinforcement. Okay, games and activities can reinforce learning in a fun and engaging way. Okay, so that is another way. So learning can be made more influential when you use supplementary materials. If you have a doubt, you can ask. Next. Okay, assessment. Okay, assessment. Supplementary materials like quizzes and tests, they are supplementary material. They can be used to assess students understanding actually. Okay, so now here hope you can remember supplementary materials are used for practicing. Reinforcement is similar to encouraging, and then assessment to assess students, and then differentiation. Okay, so the same worksheet can be adapted in different ways to teach different students in with different learning styles. Okay, that purpose is also there. So the same uh, authentic material can be used at different places, adjusting, adapting. See the example. Okay, so we'll see the example. Okay, after using newspaper article, we'll say news article may be about climatic change or whatever it is, even volcanoes, I don't mind, even the cyclone. So after using that particular newspaper article, as a teacher, you can develop a worksheet. Based on the article, you are preparing a worksheet. The worksheet will become a supplementary material. So in worksheet, you might have given questions for vocabulary matching. Okay, so then there you use the key words of the article. And then comprehension question. Comprehension means always understanding. Comprehension questions are asked to check the understanding of the students. And then discussion prompts. So there can be given certain prompts, certain ideas, certain theme for discussion. So they are supplementary materials. If you have a doubt, you can put in the chat box. Third one, utilizing technology in the ESL classroom. Okay, so utilizing technology in the ESL classroom. Okay, so we are living in a technologically advanced world. So of course, technology has entered ESL classroom also. Okay, so technology is actually a real resources and the tools. See the example, interactive whiteboards, online dictionaries, language learning apps, video conferencing platform, online quizzes, digital storytelling, all these things are there online. So you can use them also to teach a second language, teach English. Okay, technology can be used in different ways as teaching material actually, but is on online. Let's see. Okay. So utilizing, so that means using technology, presenting content. Okay, so teacher can use technology just like whiteboards, interactive whiteboards are not the normal one. That is to present content. So what are you going to teach? The content presentation. And then providing practice. So online resources, the technology can be used for practicing their language skills. Okay, so there are different games, apps for that. Collaboration. Okay, so even online platforms may help for collaborative projects and discussions, just like webinar. So there are different things. See this example. Okay, see the example. So teacher can use a video clip from a movie. Okay, so the movie can be the authentic material, original one, but the whole movie cannot be shown to the students because it takes time. So the teacher is taking a video clip. And then when teacher is using it, teacher can use interactive whiteboard. Okay, so just like television, interactive whiteboard can be used. Okay, so while the movie is being played, it can be paused, and then teacher can introduce the vocabulary, pronunciation, or cultural context. Okay, so then online quiz. Use an online quiz platform to test students' comprehension of the clip. So all these things are not novel. They are highly available in online. Okay, so then language learning apps are there. Okay, so if students need, they can get it downloaded and they can practice it. And they can improve their vocabulary and the knowledge. Okay, fourth one, finding and evaluating online resources for ESL teaching. Okay, I am silent because you need to read. And finding and evaluating online resources for ESL teaching. So then, online resources, when we see the word, automatically the internet comes to our mind, because the internet is a vast resources for ESL teachers. Okay, so it's a ocean of knowledge. Actually, the internet is a vast resources for ESL teachers, but it's important to evaluate the quality and relevance of online material. Okay, so everything which is online cannot be accepted. So you have to evaluate the quality and the relevance of online material. Okay, under that finding. So search engines are there, educational websites are there, ESL teacher forum, they are good places to start. Okay, so they are very good things even for teachers to start with their children, students. And evaluating. Okay, so evaluating. Okay, so yeah, done. Okay. So here earlier we were talking about finding and evaluating online resources for ESL teaching. So finding, we got to know there are different search engines, educational website like that. Evaluating. Accuracy. So that is the information accurate and up to date. When you are taking online resources, you have to check whether the information is accurate, correct, or up to date. Relevance you have to consider. So is the selected material is relevant to your students' needs and learning objectives? And it may be an interesting material, but if it is not related to your students, there's no point of using it. And then appropriateness. And that means whether the material is appropriate with the age of your students, according to their cultural background. And the other thing is usability. So then the material should be able to be used very easily. And then authority. Is the source credible and reputable? So whether this source is very credible, can be trusted, or is it a very reputed source material? Okay, so then this is the end of this lesson. We'll go back to the earlier one. Here, you see. Okay, we'll see this example. So when looking for online grammar exercise, there are lots of online grammar exercises under different topics. Okay, you have to check whether the website is affiliated with a reputable institute or organization, because anybody can create websites. Okay, so nowadays in this modern world, so the website you selected, you have to check whether it is connected with a reputable institution or organization. Okay, so then you have to check whether the explanations are clear and examples are clear, like that. And then you have to check whether the exercises they tally with your curriculum. Okay, at last, by carefully selecting, adapting, and creating materials, and by effectively utilizing technology, ESL teachers can create engaging and effective learning experience for students. Okay, that is the obvious one. Okay, so then always you have to think about the students' needs and their interest, not your interest, when you are selecting materials and resources. Okay, so this is what we were doing. See whether we covered these 4 areas. Okay, yes. What is this message? Madam, can you please upload the PDF to the chat box? Okay, wait, I'll do that. So both the PDF, yeah, I will share it with the institute at the same time. Okay, yeah, let me do that first. PDF. Classroom management also I have to share with you. Yeah, let me convert this to a PDF first. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. I will upload it into chat box. Okay, so it is getting uploaded. Check whether you got it. Did you receive them?
Yes, ma'am.
Harry, okay. So you told that we could not complete the previous lesson. So we are having time for that. That is classroom management. Let me share it with you all. Most probably this may be the last lecture. I was not informed, but I think so because 28th, I suppose you are having presentations, if I am correct. Okay, so classroom management and assessment, where we stop? What is classroom management? What is assessment? Then, yeah, here. Key things to remember about assessment we did. Then creating a positive and supportive learning environment, building relationships, establishing clear expectations, promoting inclusivity, fostering a growth mindset, creating a physically and emotionally safe environment. Then classroom management techniques we discussed, establishing routines, giving clear instructions, managing behavior, maximizing instructional time. Then we discuss using variety of assessment method. Formative assessment we did. Did we complete formative assessment? So you think we have to do summative assessment? That's what one girl told.
Yes, madam.
Okay, so we'll start here. Yeah, just read summative assessment. Okay, summative assessments are conducted at the end of the program, end of the educational program. That is the main idea. So that is the final diagnosis after a course of treatment. That means when a patient is diagnosed, after the final diagnosis, the treatment is given. Or it's something similar to that. So just imagine a term is going for 3 months. And after particular term is over, an exam is conducted, a test is conducted. So that can be a summative assessment. Or else it can be very broad. For an example, a student will go to school to grade 1, and then after staying there for 11 years, they are sitting for O-level exam. O-level exam is a kind of summative exam. And then A-level exam is also a type of summative assessment. Okay, it measures students' learning at the end of a unit, chapter, course, or other significant period of instruction. The duration depends. Okay, so even at the end of a unit, after completing the unit, teacher can go for a summative assessment. The primary objective of summative assessment is to evaluate learning and assign a grade. Okay, so after conducting summative assessment, students are given grades, and the students' learning can be evaluated. Okay, so that is why the grades are given after summative assessment. But can you remember formative assessment we did? So we don't give grades for formative assessment. The formative assessments are practiced while the teaching program is going on. Summative assessments after the teaching program stop. Here, the characteristics of summative assessment, you just see.
Madam,
Yeah.
are the grades are given or not? I couldn't hear it properly.
No.
At the
Under
end.
summative assessments, grades are given actually. Did you get the point?
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we'll see. What is this message? Done. Okay. So here, here is the characteristics of summative assessment. So they are done at the end of a unit or a program course. Administered, that means the summative assessments are conducted at the conclusion of a learning period. Okay, high stakes, that means the result of the summative assessment, they significantly contributes to the final grade. Okay, so that means final grade, the final marks, final grade, that depend, the marks of the summative assessment contributes the final grade. If it is a university, we'll say semester wise. Now it is semester wise. When we were studying, it was not semester wise. So semester wise, you will be getting grades that is under summative assessment. So that will affect your final grading. That means first class, second class, upper, lower, like that. Then evaluates learning. Summative assessment evaluates overall achievement, but formative assessment is not like that. So then summative assessment provides a summary of learning. Okay, so it's the overall summary, a comprehensive evaluation of students' performance within a particular time period. Yeah, here there are some examples of summative assessment. You just see. Okay, we'll see. Under summative assessment, test and exams, that means formal assessments. Summative assessment is a formal one, okay? Then projects, presentations, essays, performance, even portfolios can be used formatively under summative assessment. Okay, so then a summative assessment, that's not always a test paper. It can be a project or else a presentation, and then a portfolio like that. Okay, hope you got an understanding about summative assessment. Now we'll go to portfolio assessment. See what it is. Okay, so don't know whether you have prepared portfolio. Have you prepared portfolio by yourselves?
Yes.
Okay. Portfolio assessment is like a photo album documenting child's growth over the years. So that is the photo album, but this portfolio is also just something similar to that in the deeper meaning. And it's a collection of students' work over time. And then portfolio demonstrates the growth and achievement of the students across a range of skills. Okay, when a person is going through your portfolio, she can get a clear idea about how you are progressing, how you are growing, like that. Yeah, just see if you have done portfolio, you have this idea, but still see the characteristics. characteristics of portfolio assessment. It's a collection of words. Okay, so then it includes variety of artifacts, variety of articles, writing, samples, artwork, projects, reflections, and then portfolio demonstrate growth. So then when we go through the portfolio, we can understand how a particular student is growing within a period of time. And then students' involvement is there. Okay, so then the students will attach certain evidence for his or her involvement. And it's a kind of reflective component. Students reflect on their learning. So the students are thinking about their learning and they are writing about it. So when I started the program, I was having a very lower knowledge, but little by little, I faced lots of difficulties. Now I'm all right, something like that. Reflective components are there. Yeah, see the examples of portfolio. Okay, so here you can see a writing portfolio include variety of writing samples such as essays, stories, poems, and reflections. Okay, so then the writing portfolios are there. Then art portfolio. In writing portfolio, the person has to write. In art portfolio, it showcases students' artwork, paintings, sculptures, and all those things. The writing is not there. It's a collection of students' artwork. And then project portfolio. So that is a collection of students' project, research paper, presentation, and other artifacts. Okay, there are these types of different portfolios are there. And we'll quickly do this also. Let me check how many slides are remaining. We have to, yeah, next one. And okay, providing effective and constructive feedback is also very important. Okay, feedback is not just telling students this is right, this is wrong. It's not. It's a powerful tool that a teacher can use to guide students for their learning. And then giving feedback, teacher can guide them, teacher can help them and their understanding, and teacher can explain them their strength and weakness, teacher can motivate them. Okay, so effective feedback is something very important in the field of education especially. Okay, see characteristics of effective feedback. Okay, so effective feedback should be very specific. Okay, that means it should not be a common feedback. So it should be something specific. For an example, when we say good job and needs improvement, they are very vague, they are not very clear. But it should be something very specific like this: your introduction clearly started the main points of your argument, and your use of supporting evidence was compelling. However, you could strengthen your conclusion by summarizing your key findings. Okay, that is one example for effective and specific feedback. Okay, the feedback giver is exactly telling the person's feedback in the sense of what the person should improve. It's not the introduction is okay, supporting evidence, that is okay, but problem is there with the conclusion. You could strengthen your conclusion. So that is a very specific feedback. We'll see the next. Okay, so the next one is feedback should be timely. It's better as a teacher if you can give the feedback as soon as possible. So when you delay giving feedback, what will happen? The students will forget the activity. Okay, so then just imagine you want to give them a feedback about a role play. But if you do not give feedback on the same day, and if you are giving the feedback for what they did next week, they will not remember what they did. Okay, that is the simple meaning of timely. And then okay, so the other one is, as a teacher, when you are giving a feedback, it should be an actionable feedback. That means it should suggest an action. So see the example here. So then rather than just pointing out weakness, you can give a particular action the student can follow. So here you see your grammar needs work. That means you need to improve in grammar. So rather than telling this, so that is a feedback which is not actionable. Your grammar needs to improve. But instead of that, if you can say like this, I noticed several instances of subject-verb agreement errors. So there were errors related to subject-verb agreement at many places. Try reviewing the rules of subject-verb agreement on this website. The teacher can give particular website or a book, or using this grammar checklist as you write. Okay, just like that, teacher is giving an actionable feedback, what students can do to avoid that mistake. And then focus on the process. Okay, so then the other one is focus on the process. So this is regarding actually when you are giving a positive feedback. So when you want to highlight something positive. So here, when you give a positive feedback, especially even a negative one, it doesn't matter. So you have to focus on the process, not on the person. So just imagine when you read one particular uh, task or a project, and you can see the student has done it very nicely. So instead of telling you are so smart, okay, it's not very professional telling you are very good, you are so smart. Instead of, you can say, I can see how much effort you put into this project. Your research was thorough, and your presentation was well organized. Next time you might consider, you can say something with a suggestion also. We'll forget next time, you might consider. At least you have to appreciate the process, not the person. Focus on the process, not the person. I hope you understood it. Next one. Okay. Respectful and encouraging. Okay, so I'm not explaining word to word. So here you can see when you are giving feedback, your language actually, how you are giving feedback should be with a respectful tone and encouraging tone. Okay, so rather than telling this is a mess, so that is not respectful and it's not encouraging. You can say, let's take a look at this together and see how we can make it even better. Okay, so that is called actually constructive feedback, rather than discouraging the person. If we can encourage that person not to do the mistake again, so that is actually the effective feedback, constructive feedback. So it should be with respect and encouragement. These are the features of effective feedback. Balanced. Harry, okay. So then feedback should be a balanced one. Okay, so it should not be something imbalanced. So when you are giving a feedback, you should not highlight only the issues, or you should not always highlight only the positive thing. It should be a mixture. A sandwich method, so that's a very famous method. So it's a mixture. That means first you say something positive, then you will address the issue. So now you are coming to the issue, and then once again you end it with a positive comment. So then sandwich method is that, giving a positive comment and then negative, then once again positive. So that is the best way. It should be balanced. Okay, these two. Okay, so when you are giving feedback, it should be something individualized. Because commonly also we can give feedback, but it's better if you can give feedback individually, because students are different, the learning styles are different, and then specific to the learning goal. So then you have to directly connect your feedback to the learning goal. Okay, so that means connect feedback directly to the learning goals or success criteria for the assignment. Okay, so then if it is a particular subject, we'll say English language. So there are certain goals the student should be able to talk properly. Okay, so when you are giving feedback, you have to always direct your feedback to the learning objectives. So that is the meaning here. Okay, this one also. Okay, how to give effective feedback? Okay, so as a teacher, when she is giving feedback, there are some guidelines actually how to give effective feedback. Be prepared. Okay, so before giving feedback, you have to review the students' work very carefully. Okay, so then without being prepared, you can never give an effective feedback. And then when you are giving feedback, it's your duty to create a very safe and supportive environment. Because if you are giving the feedback within the class, you have to assure your classroom is very comfortable for giving the feedback, and the particular students will not feel embarrassed. Okay, focus on one or two key areas. So when you are giving feedback, don't give feedback for all the areas or many areas. Select one or two. Okay, you can prioritize what is the most important, like that. Okay, so when you mark, you see almost all the stuff is wrong, but you can't highlight one by one many negative things. You maximum two, like that. Okay, quickly this one also. Hi. Okay, so you can use the first person I when you are giving feedback. For an example, I noticed, I was impressed, just like that. Because you are giving feedback on your own observation. Okay, so when you are giving feedback, you can ask questions also. That is also very nice. Because you can have a dialogue with the students. You can say, what do you think you did well? What challenges did you encounter? Just like that. And then if possible, actually, you can provide opportunities for revision. So if possible, it's not possible everywhere, but if possible, you can ask the students to resubmit the task. Okay, impact of effective feedback. Okay, the impact of effective feedback. The effective feedback is highly important for students' growth and development. Okay, so following the proper guidelines, when teacher is giving effective feedback, the students can understand their strengths and weaknesses. And the students can be motivated to learn. Okay, so the feedback can do a lot actually. Feedback can motivate students. And then feedback can improve their performance. But if you give wrong feedback, that means feedback in a wrong way, the students will not improve. Even the existing level will go down. And then as a result of your effective feedback, the students will develop growth mindset. Okay, so that is the end of this lesson. And one student had asked something else. I don't know. Is that I saw? Language skill development, you did not receive that slide also, but I shared. Yeah, let me share that also. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Hari, okay, so I don't know whether we are having another extra lecture or not. But anyhow, I know we will be having presentation. So hope to meet you at the presentation. The presentation is on 18th. Sorry, today is 18th. Is it on 20? Yeah, 25th. Okay, so we'll wind up the session for today and then we'll meet once again for your presentation. Shall we wind up the session then?
Okay, madam.
Okay, then good night. Have a nice
Good
time.
night. Have a nice time, madam. Good night.
Good night.